All right, so the reason I'm posting on this is to talk about my cancer journey that I've had and where I'm going. So, history, uh, 2.5 years ago, I was losing weight and doing the typical guy thing of like, it's going to be okay, it's going to be fine. And in my defense at that time, I had a lot of crap going on in my life. And a lot of stressors, all that. So I actually thought I was having GERD, acid ingestion. I'd eat something spicy, had issues. Um, Not normal for me, so I thought I had developed GERD and was losing weight because of that. Well, it got so bad that went into the doctor and had some very rude, quick tests in the doctor's office, and scheduled more tests because they didn't find anything. And one of the initial tests was endoscope as well as colonoscopy. Endoscope found my stomach was covered, 2/3 covered with unusual biomass, whatever, basically cancer. At the time, I was having trouble sleeping and couldn't really be laying myself as flat. And long story short, discovered that I had a tumor on my left hip flexor, which was making it difficult to walk. You could actually feel a bump on my back, and even though the doctors said, it's extremely rare for cancer from the front section of the body to go to the back section of the body, I was lucky enough to be one of those individuals where the cancer went to the back side of the body, and I had a grapefruit-sized mass on my left kidney, so large that you could feel the bump. They did a laparoscopic of the abdomen, see if it was anyplace else, and they counted 6 lesions, and at that point they stopped looking. So, because it was spread in so many areas, it meant it was stage 4. Surgery's out, radiation's out, because it spread so many areas, so they decided to go chemo, only option. I was lucky enough to get on a study, and the study is known chemo drugs, but in combination of 3, because they had a success with pancreatic cancer doing something similar. And one of the drugs is from the 60s that's very effective but very nasty, meaning that you can only be on it for a certain period of time or it starts really wreaking havoc with your body. Well, those 3 drugs knocked down the cancer where the masses went away. CT scans couldn't see any cancer. And so endoscope was done in my stomach. Stomach looks normal. They did laparoscopic of my abdomen and couldn't see anything. And this is over 55 treatments of chemo. And I was also lucky enough to get signed up to be put on a blood test through Natera. And they tested my cancer, and so were able to look for those specific cancer cells in my blood, and zero cancer in my blood. And so even though this is a very unique case and everything else, and doctors didn't quite know what to do, we all decided to pause chemo for a period of time because there's no cancer to treat that they could detect. So I've been off of chemo for about 2 months, and my hair is actually starting to come back a little bit, which is nice because cold weather, like the added insulation. But my last CT scan showed a lymph node that went from 0.9 centimeters to 1.3 centimeters, which is crazy they can detect that, but they did. And so I actually went in and had a PET scan this morning, and I'm awaiting the results of that. However, during that time, I still had another blood draw, and they did a blood draw for the blood test. And I got the results late Friday, and that is showing that there's cancer cells back in my blood. So tomorrow, I have a scheduled appointment with my doctor, and it's labs, doctor, chemo, and we've been skipping the chemo for the past 2 months. Um, I'm gonna guess I'm having chemo tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Um, and as anybody knows that they've had cancer, you're never really free of it, right? Even if it's gone, it's still back of your head. So I'm getting back on the roller coaster of dealing with that stuff, and we'll just see what happens. And I hope anybody who's going through this similar journey that you have good results too, and stay positive to keep up the good fight.